Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Give or assign a resource to a particular person or cause. Make it possible through a specific action or lack of action for something to happen. This sealed door won't allow the water come into the basement. Allow or plan for a certain possibility. Concede the truth or validity of something. I allow for this possibility. Let have. Mandela was allowed few visitors in prison. Allow the presence of or allow an activity, without opposing or prohibiting. We don't allow dogs here. Consent to, give permission. I cannot allow you to see your exam. Allow the other, baseball team to score. Afford possibility. This short story allows of several different interpretations. Make a possibility or provide opportunity for, permit to be attainable or cause to remain. The evidence allows only one conclusion. Grant as a discount or in exchange. The camera store owner allowed me $50 on my old camera. Give or assign a resource to a particular person or cause. Take possession of by force, as after an invasion. Suitable for a particular person or place or condition, etc. A book not appropriate for children. Give or assign a resource to a particular person or cause. I will earmark this money for your research. A distinctive characteristic or attribute. Identification mark on the ear of a domestic animal. Give or assign a resource to a particular person or cause. Something kept back or saved for future use or a special purpose. A district that is reserved for particular purpose. The trait of being uncommunicative, not volunteering anything more than necessary. Armed forces that are not on active duty but can be called in an emergency. An athlete who plays only when a starter on the team is replaced. Formality and propriety of manner. Arrange for and reserve something for someone else in advance. Reserve me a seat on a flight. Hold back or set aside, especially for future use or contingency. Medicine. Potential capacity to respond in order to maintain vital functions. Obtain or arrange, for oneself, in advance. We managed to reserve a table at Maxim's. Give or assign a resource to a particular person or cause. Make inoperative or stop. Annul, a legal decision. The court set aside the conviction. Grant use or occupation of under a term of contract. A brutal terrorist group active in Kashmir fights against India with the goal of restoring Islamic rule of India. Make it possible through a specific action or lack of action for something to happen. A serve that strikes the net before falling into the receiver's court. The ball must be served again. Consent to, give permission. I won't let the police search her basement. Cause to move. Cause to be in a certain position or condition. This let me in for a big surprise. Actively cause something to happen. I let it be known that I was not interested. Leave unchanged. Let it be. Make it possible through a specific action or lack of action for something to happen. This permits the water to rush in. Allow the presence of or allow an activity, without opposing or prohibiting. Children are not permitted beyond this point. Consent to, give permission. She permitted her son to visit her estranged husband. The act of giving a formal, usually written, authorization. Large game fish, found in waters of the West Indies. A legal document giving official permission to do something. Allow or plan for a certain possibility. Concede the truth or validity of something. 18th President of the United States. Commander of the Union armies in the American Civil War, 1822 to 1885. Give as judged due or on the basis of merit. Funds are granted to qualified researchers. The act of providing a subsidy. Let have. Grant permission. Law. A transfer of property by deed of conveyance. Scottish painter. Cousin of Lytton Strachey and member of the Bloomsbury Group, 1885 to 1978. Bestow, especially officially. Grant a degree. A contract granting the right to operate a subsidiary business. Give over. Surrender or relinquish to the physical control of another. Be willing to concede. I grant you this much. Allow to have. Grant a privilege. United States actor, born in England, who was the elegant leading man in many films, 1904 to 1986. Transfer by deed. Grant land. Any monetary aid. A right or privilege that has been granted. Put up with something or somebody unpleasant. He learned to tolerate the heat. Allow the presence of or allow an activity, without opposing or prohibiting. We cannot tolerate smoking in the hospital. Have a tolerance for a poison or strong drug or pathogen or environmental condition. The patient does not tolerate the anti-inflammatory drugs we gave him. Recognize and respect rights and beliefs of others. We must tolerate the religions of others. The appearance conveyed by a person's face. A pleasant countenance. The human face, kisser, and smiler, and mug, are informal terms for face, and fizz is British. Formal and explicit approval. Consent to, give permission. Leave, a job, post, or position, voluntarily. Part with a possession or right. Put an end to a state or an activity. Give up in the face of defeat of lacking hope. Admit defeat. Give up or agree to forego to the power or possession of another. Stop consuming. Give up alcohol. Stop maintaining or insisting on, of ideas or claims. Both sides have to give up some claims in these negotiations. Allow the other, baseball team to score. Give up a run. Give up with the intent of never claiming again. Relinquish possession or control over. Give up what is not strictly needed. Lose, s.th. Or lose the right to, s.th. by some error, offense, or crime. Allow participation in or the right to be part of. Permit to exercise the rights, functions, and responsibilities of. Admit someone to the profession. Admit into a group or community. We'll have to vote on whether or not to admit a new member. Have room for. Hold without crowding. The theater admits 300 people. Afford possibility. This problem admits of no solution. Allow to enter. Grant entry to. We cannot admit non-members into our club building. Declare to be true or admit the existence or reality or truth of. He admitted his errors. Serve as a means of entrance. This ticket will admit one adult to the show. Make a possibility or provide opportunity for. Permit to be attainable or cause to remain. Allow for mistakes. Leave unchanged or undisturbed or refrain from taking. Leave it as is. Remove oneself from an association with or participation in. She wants to leave. Leave behind unintentionally. Produce as a result or residue. Transmit, knowledge or skills. Leave your name and address here. Put into the care or protection of someone. Leave your child in the nurse's care. Move out of or depart from. Leave the room. The period of time during which you were absent from work or duty. A 10 days leave to visit his mother. Be survived by after one's death. The act of departing politely. He took his leave. Go away from a place. At what time does your train leave? Leave or give by will after one's death. Make a possibility or provide opportunity for. Permit to be attainable or cause to remain. This leaves no room for improvement. Act or be so as to become in a specified state. Go and leave behind, either intentionally or by neglect or forgetfulness. Have left or have as a remainder. 19-8 leaves 11. Permission to do something. She was granted leave to speak. Give something useful or necessary to. We provided the room with an electrical heater. Supply means of subsistence. Earn a living. He provides for his large family by working 3 jobs. Mount or put up. Give what is desired or needed, especially support, food or sustenance. The hostess provided lunch for all the guests. Make a possibility or provide opportunity for. Permit to be attainable or cause to remain. This procedure provides for lots of leeway. Determine. What is to happen in certain contingencies, especially by including a proviso condition or stipulation. The will provides that each child should receive half of the money. Take measures in preparation for. Provide for the proper care of the passengers on the cruise ship. An individual quantity of food or drink taken as part of a meal. His portion was larger than hers. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. Something less than the whole of a human artifact. The allotment of some amount by dividing something. Money or property brought by a woman to her husband at marriage. Give out. Your overall circumstances or condition in life, including everything that happens to you. Success that was her portion. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. I read a portion of the manuscript. Give out. Allow to have. Administer or bestow, as in small portions. Decide as to where something belongs in a scheme. The biologist assigned the mushroom to the proper class. Attribute or give. Make undue claims to having. Give an assignment to a person, to a post, or assign a task to a person. Select something or someone for a specific purpose. The teacher assigned him to lead his classmates in the exercise. Give out. We were assigned new uniforms. Attribute or credit to. Transfer one's right to. Judge to be probable. Have faith or confidence in. Judge to be probable. Take account of. You have to reckon with our opponents. Expect, believe, or suppose. Deem to be. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration. Judge to be probable. Be or play a part of or in. Elections figure prominently in every government program. A diagram or picture illustrating textual material. A decorative or artistic work. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The figure was about 1,000. A well-known or notable person. She is an important figure in modern music. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A combination of points and lines and planes that form a visible palpable shape. A model of a bodily form, especially of a person. He made a figure of Santa Claus. An amount of money expressed numerically. A figure of $17 was suggested. A predetermined set of movements in dancing or skating. She made the best score on compulsory figures. A unitary percept having structure and coherence that is the object of attention and that stands out against a ground. The impression produced by a person. He cut a fine figure. Understand. He didn't figure her. Predict in advance. Have faith or confidence in. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Judge to be probable. Keep an account of. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Predict in advance. Judge to be probable. A prediction about how something, as the weather, will develop. Indicate, as with a sign or an omen. Judge to be probable. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. An estimate of what it would cost. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. I estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. A judgment of the qualities of something or somebody. Many factors are involved in any estimate of human life. The respect with which a person is held. A document appraising the value of something, as for insurance or taxation. A statement indicating the likely cost of some job. He got an estimate from the car repair shop. Be the cause or source of. Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. Give one's talents to a good cause. The elasticity of something that can be stretched and returns to its original length. Transmit knowledge or skills. Give a secret to the Russians. Move in order to make room for someone for something. Bestow. Give homage. Give food to. Don't give the child this tough meat. Give or supply. Convey or communicate. Of a smile, a look, a physical gesture. Be flexible under stress of physical force. This material doesn't give. Contribute to some cause. Bestow, especially officially. Give a divorce. Dedicate. Give thought to. Break down, literally or metaphorically. Place into the hands or custody of. Organize or be responsible for. Give a course. Bring about. Convey, as of a compliment, regards, attention, etc., bestow. Give the orders. Afford access to. The French doors give onto a terrace. Give or convey physically. Give as a present. Make a gift of. What will you give her for her birthday? Endure the loss of. Cause to happen or be responsible for. Accord by verdict. Give a decision for the plaintiff. Allow to have or take. I give you 2 minutes to respond. Cause to have, in the abstract sense or physical sense. Consent to engage in sexual intercourse with a man. Convey or reveal information. Deliver in exchange or recompense. I'll give you 3 books for 4 CDs. Emit or utter. Give a yelp. Estimate the duration or outcome of something. Execute and deliver. Give, as medicine. Guide or direct, as by behavior of persuasion. Inflict as a punishment. Leave with. Give temporarily. Can I give you my keys while I go in the pool? Manifest or show. This student gives promise of real creativity. Occur. What gives? Offer in good faith. Perform for an audience. Present to view. Proffer, a body part. Propose. Submit for consideration, judgment, or use. Give one's opinion. Transfer possession of something concrete or abstract to somebody. Can you give me lessons? Give an affirmative reply to. Respond favorably to. I cannot accept your invitation. Be designed to hold or take. Tolerate or accommodate oneself to. I shall have to accept these unpleasant working conditions. Admit into a group or community. Accept students for graduate study. take on as one's own the expenses or debts of another person. All accept the charges. Make use of or accept for some purpose. Receive willingly something given or offered. Please accept my present. Be sexually responsive to, used of a female domesticated mammal. The cow accepted the bull. Consider or hold as true. I cannot accept the dogma of this church. React favorably to. Consider right and proper. People did not accept atonal music at that time. Receive, a report, officially, as from a committee. Give an affirmative reply to. Respond favorably to. I go for this resolution. Be pertinent or relevant or applicable. The same rules go for everyone. Intend with some possibility of fulfillment. Have a fancy or particular liking or desire for. Make an attempt at achieving something. Give an affirmative reply to. Respond favorably to. Permission to do something. He indicated his consent. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Be the cause or source of. End resistance, as under pressure or force. The door yielded to repeated blows with a battering ram. Move in order to make room for someone for something. Consent reluctantly. Give or supply. This year's crop yielded 1,000 bushels of corn. Be flexible under stress of physical force. Give in, as to influence or pressure. Give over. Surrender or relinquish to the physical control of another. The quantity of something, as a commodity, that is created, usually within a given period of time. Be willing to concede. Bring in. Production of a certain amount. An amount of a product. Be fatally overwhelmed. Cause to happen or be responsible for. Cease opposition. Stop fighting. Be the cause or source of. Our meeting afforded much interesting information. Afford access to. Be able to spare or give up. I can't afford to spend 2 hours with this person. Have the financial means to do something or buy something. We can't afford to send our children to college.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.